Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News. Toi Te Ora is reminding Labour weekend gardeners of the risks when using potting mix or compost. Dress for Success is holding their vintage handbag auction, Handbag Heaven, next month. And we host the Australian BMX Mighty 11 as they train for this weekend's competition in Pukekohe. Winner of this year's Rotorua Westpac Business Excellence Awards Supreme Award, Evergreen Landcare, has judges praising the local company for their business style and as leaders in environment protection. The family-run business also picked up the Manufacturing and Trade Award.
Good. We were obviously very surprised to get the win. We've never really entered into anything like this before, so yeah, it was a good experience to go through the whole judging process as well and get grilled a bit, and you know, yeah, it was great to get the win.
Oh, yeah.
Can't be happier.
And as you say, it's good to be put through the grilling when it comes to judging and your processes. And what would you say that all your processes are like down here at the moment?
Yeah, good. We've recently did a organisational structure review, so everyone has got their hat to wear, if you call it, and yeah, we've got quite a good structure within the business with our team to hopefully build on in the future. So,
cool. All right. And so where to from here?
Hopefully onwards and upwards. No, we're always looking for opportunities. That's one thing, you know, we pride ourselves on innovation. That's one of our core values. So yeah, we're always thinking outside the box to hopefully grow the business and throughout the country and also within Rotorua. So.
Bay of Plenty and Lakes residents are being reminded of the risks of potting mix and compost when gardening this Labour weekend and into the summer months. Compost, potting mix and garden soils often contain the bacteria which causes Legionnaire's disease. Infection can occur when dust from compost and potting mixes is inhaled. Legionnaire's disease can vary in severity from a flu-like illness to severe pneumonia. Anyone who develops flu-like symptoms within 2 to 10 days after handling compost or potting mix should see their doctor without delay. Medical Officer of Health Dr Neil DeWett says to minimise risk, open potting mix and compost bags gently and away from the face, cut the bag open with scissors rather than ripping it, and avoid working in unventilated places such as closed sheds and greenhouses. Dress for Success is reminding the community of the virtues of vintage clothing and accessories with their Handbag Heaven event. Local manager Kay Littler says the vintage handbag auction will be a special event where women can dress up, have fun, win great prizes, as well as bid on some fantastic handbags.
We're very delighted to have our event at Princess Gate Hotel in the Monarch Ballroom. And yes, and tickets are $25 and they include a champagne cocktail on arrival, canapes throughout the evening. There will be a cash bar and there will be a prize for the best fascinator worn on the evening. Yes. We expect the evening to finish up around 8 o'clock, and during the evening we will have a silent auction, and we'll also have a live auction, which ought to be a lot of fun as people vie for their favourite handbag.
Tell me a little bit about some of the pieces, some of the handbags, you know.
Well, we've actually been putting up some of the prize pieces that we've had come in lately. Of course, we wouldn't put all of them up there. We'd like to keep some a secret. So if you go to our Facebook page, we have been profiling a few of the handbags.
In sport tonight, the Australian BMX team, the Mighty 11s, have been in town training for the North Island Champs that are on this weekend in Pukekohe. They'll race the Mighty New Zealand 11s. The teams are made up of 8 to 11-year-olds, with the Australians being billeted here by the Rotorua Club.
These guys are basically the best 8 Australian athletes, 4 girls, 4 boys. We traditionally race in a test series against your 4 best girls and boys. It's been going for around about 27, 28 years. Wow. Yeah. It's a long time, yeah. It's a great tradition for the sport. And these guys actually ride out of their skin for 11-year-olds. When you watch them race, you wouldn't know they were 11.
To your weather update now. Tonight, showers, westerly develops and an overnight low of 10. Tomorrow, Friday, fine spells with a chance of showers, southerly change, a high of 17 and a low of 2. And looking out to Saturday, fine with light winds, a high of 16 and a low of 4. In the marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Friday, Westerly 15 knots, changing southerly to 20 knots and gusting to 30 knots in the afternoon and easing overnight. Waves up to half a metre for a time in the afternoon. Mostly fine at first, with showers from the afternoon with fair visibility, clearing in the evening. Remember, for program listings and other info, check out our website tv.rotorua.co.nz, or you can look us up on Facebook. Still to come in tonight's program, we talk with Fire Safety Officer Dane O'Brien, who has summer safety tips as well as news of the Fordlands Open Day. We get an update on police investigation into children being approached by a man in a white van, and we meet the new marketing and membership manager at the Chamber of Commerce.
Making sure that their presence is felt at the Fordlands Open Day is the New Zealand Fire Service. Here to talk with us about that is Dane O'Brien, who is a senior firefighter. Dane, thank you so very much for having us.
Melanie, you're welcome, no problem at all.
Why is it important that you take part in the Open Day?
Look, we like to have a very visual presence in the community, and basically we want to try and reduce the incidents and consequence of fire.
Who contacted you in regards to being a part of the Open Day?
Oh, look, a lovely lady by the name of Rosina, who works for the Ford Block Community Centre. She put a call through to the fire service requesting some presence. We actually have attended this event in the past, so it's becoming a regular occurrence for us, and we're always willing to support the community in any way, shape or form.
It would be quite important for you to attend this one in particular. Would you say that Fordlands is one of your high-risk zones?
Yeah, look, every member of the community is important to us, but like you just pointed out, we do have specific challenges in different parts of the community, and Fordlands is one that we would like to increase our presence and awareness of fire safety in.
Hence why the partnership with this organisation is actually quite crucial.
Correct, yeah, very crucial. We've also got some partnerships with the schools in the community, so this is just further enhancing our community presence.
So for those who will be attending the Open Day, what are they going to see?
Oh, look, they're going to see a lot of visual demonstrations on the day, some interactive demonstrations also. We'll have a kitchen fire demonstrator there, which is basically a tool that we use to highlight the dangers when you don't keep looking while you're cooking, and also the danger of leaving cooking unattended. It's basically a kitchen on wheels, a kitchen built on a trailer, and we heat up a pot of oil on a stove and show what happens when you use the incorrect medium to try and extinguish the fire, i.e. this time it will be water into oil. Obviously water and oil don't mix, so people come along on the day, they're going to see a fairly good demonstration of a kitchen fire.
Because that's one thing that people do relate to putting out a fire is water, but you've actually touched on something really important there, is that water in this particular case would not put out a fire caused by burning oil.
Mel, that's correct, and in fact it would have the opposite effect, and it will actually spread the fire and make things a lot worse. So we will definitely be trying to pass on that key message on the day, that water and oil fires in particular do not mix.
Okay. And obviously teaching them how to keep themselves safe if that was the case.
Correct, yes, it's a very good demonstration. We'll give you 2 or 3 ways of controlling that fire, extinguishing it. But the main thing we'd like to promote is to, get out, stay out and call the fire service.
Okay, all right. So don't try and fight it yourself.
No, don't try and fight it yourself. We like to keep our community safe, and we're promoting the get out, stay out.
Okay. What's an inflatable house? Because I heard that being bantered around the place, and
yes.
What is this and what is its purpose?
Correct, Mel, yes, there is an inflatable house we'll have there on the day, and that's a tool that we like to use to teach the younger members of our community a little bit of fire safety. One of the key messages being get down, get low, get out. We'll put a little bit of stage smoke in the house, which is completely non-toxic, safe for our children, and we'll be teaching them to when there's a fire in their house, when there's some smoke, to get down, get low, get out and go to a safe meeting place, Mel.
And is that one specifically for children?
Yes, specifically for our children. It's an inflatable house. It's not a toy, it's more of a tool that we use to educate our young people in the dangers of smoke and fire.
And how do the children respond to that exercise?
Oh, look, Mel, it's a great tool. The children absolutely love it. Or in fact, give them a little reward once they go through the house, come out the other end.
Okay.
We'll promote our key fire safety message and reward the children for their efforts with a small, token of our appreciation.
Wonderful. So let's talk about your key fire safety messages. You have 3 of them?
3 of them, Melanie, there, that's right. Keep looking while you're cooking, which is pretty self-explanatory, really. We like to promote that if you have a pot on the stove, that you stay with it at all times, The dangers of leaving unattended cooking are horrific. Mm-hmm. Also, don't drink and fry is a key message. Quite often when people like to go out and have a few social ales, they come home and the old belly might be rumbling. They tend to put a pot of fat on the stove and cook themselves up some chips. And if they've had one too many ales, quite often they can fall asleep. The cooking gets away on them and ends up catching on fire, resulting in a kitchen fire, which can then spread with catastrophic consequences. And the third message we like to get out there is matches and lighters are tools, not toys. And that's focusing on our children, trying to teach them that, hey, if they find some matches or a lighter around, bring it to an adult's attention and by no means should they be playing with it.
Absolutely. And so going on there from the open day, will you be offering home safety checks?
Yeah, correct. We're going to have a register on the day where people can register for a home fire safety check, which is basically a visit from the Rotorua Fire Brigade highlighting some key points, some key safety points around the home. Mm-hmm. Also, if people do register on the day, they're going to go in the draw to win one of 2 safety hampers for the home. So hopefully we'll get some good buy-in on the day.
Well, thank you very much for getting out into the community and sharing the message, because obviously we're all very important to our community, so keep yourself safe. Thank you, Dane.
You're welcome, Mel, no problem.
Kia ora everybody, welcome back to City News. A very important interview now with Constable Melissa Ruru. She's going to be talking to me about the white van sighting and being approached, a young boy being approached on Gordon Road. We're going to have a little bit of a talk about that and try and do what we can to keep our community safe. So kia ora, Melissa.
Kia ora.
Well, first of all, can you give us a little bit of detail about the white van?
Yes, sure. At 7:45 last Thursday, a 10-year-old was offered money to get into a van as he walked along Old Gordon Road, Western Heights, but he ran off and reported it to a teacher. He was also able to give a detailed description of the whole incident. So the van has been really well described. The 10-year-old boy did really, really well, and he's described it as a white van with a blue stripe above the windscreen and the roof. The windscreen edges might have also been in blue. It was also had black rims on the wheels.
So quite a distinguishable vehicle. If I was that person, I would have painted the blue off by now. But at least if you see this white van with the blue edging, do we know whether it was an old model van or a newer van? We don't know that.
No, we don't know that at this stage, but that's the only description that we are running in at the moment.
Right. So what are the police saying about the incident, and what do you want the public to know?
We do want public help, and that's information that we do run on. So if you have seen a van described like what I just said before, it's really important that you do help us by phoning the police station 07 348 0099.
Something like getting the licence plate is obviously going to be helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Even if it's just the first, 2 or 3 letters or numbers, it's just really important that we get something that we can investigate, and it does help us with registration plates, definitely.
So far what we know is that this van has black rims on the wheels, it's white, and it has blue around the potentially the roof and top of the windscreen, maybe the edges of the windows. We don't know whether it's a newer model or an older model van, but what we do know is that we just need to keep our children safe. So how can we go about keeping our children safe? What would be the police advice?
Well, there's 5 little things that keeping ourselves safe, which is things to follow through, is we tell our children that if they have any warning bells or have that uncomfortable feeling about another adult or maybe a situation that they are in, then that could mean that this is not right. So this can just be a funny feeling in their stomach. Okay. The second thing is if someone they don't know does approach them or they feel unsafe for any other reason, it is important to keep a safe distance between that person or incident. And it's important for parents to identify that sometimes children feel that a safe distance is a bit closer than what an adult might feel. So it's important just to encourage that the distance is a bit further away than the child does think. It is okay to ask for adult help, and it's approaching adults that they do trust. And I mean, this could be like a shop teller, next door to where the incident happened, or the adult did approach and they did not know. Another thing, the fourth thing is number plates are really important, what I spoke about earlier, and they do help police investigate these matters. Even if it is just the first 2 letters or just a few numbers in that plate, it helps us investigate things further and to possibly locate the offender or the vehicle. Something for parents to help with the kids is when you're driving around town or something like that, and the kids are able just to quickly identify number plates that when vehicles are driving past, either just 2 letters or 1 letter and a number, just a quick fun exercise when you're driving around.
Like a little game.
Yeah.
Just start the detective in them.
Yeah, because it's really important that the children do understand what actually a registration plate is as well. Some kids don't, and that's always just a fun exercise to do while you're driving around.
So Melissa, how early should parents be talking to their children about keeping safe?
I think it's healthy to start as soon as they are able to comprehend what's what is safe and what isn't. There's no early or such age to start it. I just think it's really important that it is emphasised on them when they are approached by something that does make them feel uncomfortable.
Well, kia ora, Melissa. Thank you so much for spending that time with us. Really good to hear what Constable Ruru has to say about safety and also just those precautions with white van, blue stripes around it. Just keep our kids safe. Thank you so much.
Kia ora.
We're here with Jo Keefe from the Rotorua Chamber of Commerce, and she's going to talk to us about membership and business development here in Rotorua. Jo, you've got this role. It's been around for a little while, so why have you taken it on?
Basically, I've taken it on. They've increased the hours, and my main job is to increase membership for the Chamber and also to try and retain the current members we do have and look after them.
So it's quite an important role because without the members there is no chamber, basically.
Exactly. So I'm sort of the face of the chamber, you may call it. Well, I'm the one that will have a lot of interaction with the members themselves, as long as also with Darren Walsh, our CEO.
So you liaise on both behalf?
Yes. So I'm like the intermediate role. So if people want to meet with Darren, I usually take them along with me, and he's very open to coming along, and he wants to meet all the members out there. So that's good.
So what does a typical day in the life of Jo wearing this hat look like?
Obviously arrive in the morning. I'm quite a planner, so usually I have my days planned well in advance and I know where I'm going. So I like to split the time between the office and being out and about, and also try and touch base with new potential members, as well as at the same time keeping in touch with the current, because you want to hold those ones that we also have. So it is quite a busy role, and helping our office manager Joss do our BRN magazine, which is bi-monthly. My background's in advertising, so I'm helping her out with selling that and always looking for new opportunities. So it's good, it's busy. Yeah.
It must be quite enjoyable. And
definitely. We have a lot of functions, networking functions I should say. Every fortnight we have a business after 5, which is every second Tuesday, and once a month we'll have a kickstart breakfast, and that's like we call it speed dating for networkers. So it's quite good. Any information, go to our website, which is rotoruachamber.co.nz. You have to cut that out. Yeah.
It's okay. So, Joe, what a zest are you going to bring to this role? Like, it has been around for a while, but you are here to boost those numbers.
Being very proactive, getting out there, getting a lot of positive feedback about the chamber now. Everyone's seen that we're out there being proactive, and that we've been running campaigns in the Daily Post, and we did something with the Rotorua Review. So we're basically out there, whatever medium, TV, Rotorua, we can be in, and very positive and getting a lot of good feedback. So, yeah.
Anything up your sleeve that you haven't told anyone about yet?
Always something up the sleeve. No, not in the short term. Okay. No. But watch this space. It's really good. Yeah.
Did you go to the Business Awards?
Yes, I did. Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So, did you enjoy it?
Too good, I think. Yeah. No, everyone had a great night, and we've had a lot of feedback that it was differently structured from the previous years, and much shorter, and people had a lot of time in between to dance and network with other people. But the general feedback was everyone had a great night. Yeah. Not so much the next day probably, but yeah.
So then that'll be a huge part of your role as well.
Oh, definitely. Obviously, I only just started just before it came out. I've been in the role 6 weeks now. So Darren was working very close with Westpac, but next year I understand that I'll be helping him quite a bit with the awards, and that's exciting. I like event management and planning, and so it's right up my alley as well. So that's why the job's so good. It touches on a lot of things, and everything's fun. Yeah.
So apart from getting more people to those awards,
yes,
what else have you got kind of mulling back there?
For the awards? Obviously, we love the entertainers we had, so we're also looking at other options for entertainers coming up. For next year's, we had a lot of good feedback, and they seemed to have fun because they stayed on into the night as well, a couple of them. Basically just to grow it, get the message out there that anyone can enter. You don't have to be a member of the chamber. That's fun.
All right. So you are the membership person?
Yes.
So for any of the businesses out in the Rotorua district who haven't yet signed up with the Rotorua Chamber of Commerce, what message would you like to give them?
I think it is not only because I'm working for the chamber, but I'm a great advocate for the chamber. It's a great way, especially if you're a new business to town, you're not from Rotorua, even if you are, to get out there and meet people with the same interests as you, basically, business owners meeting business owners. So, yeah, it's great. You get a lot of business out of it too. We're finding a lot of feedback about that, so, yeah.
So there you have it, Rotorua community, especially those within the business sector. Come see Joe for a new membership here at the Rotorua Chamber of Commerce.
That was Chamber of Commerce Membership and Marketing Manager Joe Keefe speaking with Melanie Groves. To contact City News, you can phone 07 3488 984 or email news@tvrotorua.co.nz. Thanks for joining us tonight. From the team at City News, Paul Maria.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.